Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. This video, I just want to catch up with you about all the new things that have been happening. We're going all the way back to the reveals from the NYCC, New York Comic Con, and also the MCM COMIC CON, which has been happening this weekend. So we're on Monday that I'm filming this, and hopefully, God willing, it will be out on Monday evening. So this actually is, what is new, ladies and gentlemen. I'll put that in the thumbnail of the video. But speaking of what is new, check this out. This is the Geonosis Battle Arena, and my intent is to open this for Christmas, on Christmas Day. Well, I'll pre-record it, but I'll put it out at Christmas. It's kind of a tradition on this channel to, get a big item of some kind. Usually it's a vehicle, but for this, it is a playset. Playsets are topical right now anyway. What with the backing of the HasLab this year, the Cantina, which we'll get in 2025. Shortly we're going to be getting the Ghost as well, so this is a piece that, they won't ever make anything like this again. And from what I've seen of other reviews, it looks good and it is great. And I shall figure out where I'm going to put it as well. I've got a few ideas where I will put it in this room, which is getting very full. But still, just thought I'd mention that, folks. You won't know about that. On to the new news. So the first announcement was the Snow Trooper. A couple of things I want to say about this is, number one, my version is going very yellow now. It's amazing. This has not seen the light of day. This has been in a completely darkened room. So it just goes to show, wow, look at that, man. It's amazing. It's like a time capsule. I've not looked at this figure close up for a long time, albeit I've not looked at it in natural light for a while. Usually, this is just something to be aware of. When you're buying something off eBay, a lot of people take their photographs underneath electronic light, if you want to call it that. You know what I mean? Just room lights, hang on, like that. And it will make it look clear. If you put it in a room like this, where there's only natural light coming through, unveils a medley of sins on certain things. Look at that. That's really yellow, that now. Anyway, so a couple of things I wanted to say about the Snow Trooper. I'm really pleased that we have it in TVC. Do not get me wrong. Well-deserved item to come. Much loved character and card back. And I dare say much needed. However, if I had a choice between this and the AT-AT driver, I would have all day long chosen AT-AT driver, because this is the thing. With the Snow Trooper, we've at least got this. I know it's not vintage collection, but it's very close to that line of figures. This is the vintage Saga collection, like the VOTC before it is the embryo, the germ of the vintage collection line in itself. And also, the other thing was about it was the figure is just this one here from 2007, I believe. Double check that. No, 2007 is a phenomenal figure. So I didn't really yearn that much for the Imperial Stormtrooper Hoth or the Snow Trooper. But alas, we have it now, and it's a welcome addition. My biggest wish for the vintage collection is to get this guy now. Not only do we need this figure sorting, it's beautiful, this one in itself. This is the Rebels line one, as I've always talked about. 5 POA only, though. It needs to be fully articulated, but that card back as well is just a classic that needs to come into the main line. Still, one hopes that we will get it soon, given we've got this now. The other thing I want to mention about the new TVC one is that it doesn't say that on the pill anymore. It says what we all call the character, Snow Trooper. The original, going back to the Kenner days, always said Imperial Stormtrooper Hoth, or Hoth Battle Gear as it says there. This new one says Imperial Snow Trooper, which is very interesting. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen, the other thing that has been announced is an alternative card back for Dr. Everan, which is all very topical for the barge. I've just brought through my two variants here. I have not one but two. This one was gifted to me by Lara V. As you can see, that is the Canadian multi-language pill there. This is the standard. Now, you can see my reflection. Let me just zoom out. One thing I like about the original, this one here, is that is a great image. That's the one you always think about. It's like you see his face from that sort of angle when he's talking to Luke. But this new alternative card back, number one, I like it. Number two, it is awesome for them to see them doing alternative card backs. And I won't get into that in this video because that is a whole video's worth of discussion. The could-be's and would-be's of alternative card backs, and what we've already had, which is a few items we've had in the alternative realm, but we need more, I believe, especially for certain characters like Luke Bespin and things like that. But it is kind of quirky and interesting to see them do that. You know, just because I presume they want to get him out for the cantina and all of that, but the fact that they've done that alternative thing is something I've been championing for ages, and they've chosen not to do it in the past when they could have and should have. But, you know, hey ho, they've done it for that, and that is an interesting observation. The next thing is Narwood. That's the other thing that was new. It looks quite a nice figure. It looks well like Jude Law. And as for the skeleton crew, ladies and gentlemen, I've got no issue with it at all. I'm actually quite looking forward to it, ladies and gentlemen. I always go into these things with high hopes, and I hope it's really good. But the figure looks fantastic. Very good likeness to Jude Law. Not a bad looking figure. Sabine and Howler. Now then, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of not going into too much detail and saving it for another video, this Sabine and Howler thing, which is quite similar to this set that I've got here, which I must open that soon, so stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. You get this oversized car back again, and it's disgusting. Number one, it's totally unnecessary for the pack, given the amount of accessories she has, and also given it's boxed up with this creature, just like this thing is here. Did they really need to put it on that large card back? I'm not going to get into that either, ladies and gentlemen, because that is a rant video in the making. I've got so much to say about them, except I'll tell you now, I hate this idea for these new wide card backs. It decimates my carded collection plans, the fact that it goes against the grain of the traditional Kenner cardback size, and the majority of people out there, lots of people have different display options, but a lot of people like myself still go with the Protect Star case. What am I going to do with these? I mean, obviously I am not going to keep it carded because it won't fit anywhere. I could hang it, but I'm not going to. And also it's sad because the figure looks phenomenal. I'm talking about this one now, not Sabine. And also the image is brilliant, and it's a shame it's not on the traditional size. I've just wasted a minute or so waffling on about that, but I would like to discuss it in a bit more detail in another video. Plus, I must open that soon, but let me know your thoughts. As for the creature, not bad at all. Looks really good. It's nice to see that Hasbro are doing, you know, they're kind of the modern day extension of the Kenner line. What did they bring out back in the day? The stuff that was happening there and then, you know, Empire Strikes Back, Return of the Jedi. And now we've got things like Ahsoka that's out, and they're making product for it. So it can't always be about the OT, you know, as much as I'd love it to be. They are bringing out, they're doing the franchise a service by bringing out these creatures and characters from the shows. As for myself, I thought that Ahsoka had its moments, its great moments, but it didn't really land at the end, I didn't think, and it sort of died a death. And, you know, I quite liked Sabine and everything, but that whole thing on that planet with those howlers and everything, and the turtle people wasn't really my cup of tea. It was a bit lame, but still, that was just my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. But I'll tell you what, as far as creatures go, it looks pretty decent. And then we have the Mandalorian Forge, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to go handheld for this. This Forge is very interesting. This one was made by Ian Butler of IB3D, and look at the detail of it. It's really good. It looks like a proper metallic kind of thing. Whereas this new one, I dare say, I wonder if they've decided to do something that would suit both lines of both TVC, the vintage collection, fully articulated, and the retro collection, because that rock work, as we all saw in the previews, is very basic. But that would work very nicely, I think, with some of the retro collection figures. And there was a whole load of people who love that line, and there's tons of Mandalorian figures that would go in that display, including the Armorer. I just wonder if they've made that playset to meet the retro and TVC in the middle. You know what I mean? That's just my quick opinion on it. But as a set, it's very good. It's kind of it's basic in its style, but I quite like that. It doesn't take away too much attention from the TVC point of view anyway. The quality of those figures, like a basic playset, is what you need, really. The Ian Butler one, as you saw just before, is very, in itself, it's a work of art. And all the other kind of playsets they've done have been very basic. I'm just sort of pointing the camera over there, the Navarro thing. It's just, there's not a heck of a lot of paintwork application to those playsets, which doesn't take away from their charm. But as opposed to this, I think this has got can't wait to get that open to compare it with the modern playsets, which are nowhere near as big as things like that were in yesteryear. And what else is new, folks? Lieutenant Callahan is what was revealed by Tim from Bosk's Bounty at the MCM COMIC CON. Not a character that I... what can I say? Congratulations, Tim, on getting the reveal and everything, but wasn't really a character that set my world alight. Although it's good to get a pilot now for the E-Wing, which will be coming out soon. I'm more looking forward to the droid that comes with that ship, in all honesty. But yeah, Lieutenant Callahan is another Ahsoka series figure. We've got quite a lot of cardbacks and characters for Ahsoka now. It's very interesting to see. And then the last thing that was revealed was Yord and Obi-Wan, yet another Obi-Wan Kenobi from Kenobi series. So let's start off with Yord, much as in the end of it all, I didn't like the Acolyte. But here's the thing, right? This one I do like, because I liked Yord. I always liked Yord. And what have we got now for Jedis in that line of figures? We've got we've got Sol, we've got Jedi Master Trinity, as I call her, and now we've got Yord. So that's a nice little trio of characters. And what have they all got? Yeah, one's blue, one's green, one's yellow lightsaber. So I actually quite like the idea of getting that Yord and putting it in a little trio of Acolyte figures, because I like Jedi at the end of the day. Didn't really like the Acolyte series and everything. But that's just me. As a Jedi fan, I want to kind of I like that figure, and I'm glad they've done him at least in the TVC. And then finally the Obi-Wan. Well, we kind of have so many Obi-Wans, and I should really be championing this as an Obi-Wan Kenobi fan. My channel is very much mascotted by Obi-Wan Kenobi, I'd say. But I feel like, man, there's just too many Obi-Wans in that Obi-Wan Kenobi line. And here's another one, but I do like it still, because it kind of matches that Hot Toys figure I kept seeing in Forbidden Planet. They did a 12-inch figure of how he looked with the goggles and everything. I don't know, man. As a cardback collector as well, it's quite a nice image, that and stuff, so I'll have it. But it's pretty bad in this room. There's such a variety of characters for every kind of series and film, except for Obi-Wan. Really, how many is that? 4 or 5 Obi-Wans we've had now? It's just overload. It's crazy. I've got them all over here somewhere. This is all yet to be organised. But there you are, ladies and gentlemen. Where have I got an Obi-Wan? I've got an Obi-Wan. Yeah, that's right. They've got the Obi-Wan on the Yoppie. You've got Wandering Jedi. You've got the one that faces Vader. You've got this one now. So I think it is 4 Obi-Wans. Maybe there's more. I don't know. It feels like we've got more than that. But still, there you are. I think I've brought you up to date. And they are all the reveals, folks. Sorry it's been so long. Been a lot happening. But nice to be back. And there's a Halloween special coming up. So do stay tuned. On the 31st, there will be a special Only One Fans to commemorate Halloween. Usually Only One Fans on a Monday, but this year it's going to be Thursday. So thank you for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Do leave your thoughts below. Thank you for the people who've supplied photographs. Phil the Force, Jedi Master 98, and other people I may have featured their images, like Mr. Stevie on Instagram. He's a good source of photography and images for TVC. All right, folks, I'll leave it there. This has been Only One Kenobi, Only One. Out.